Hey guys, in this video I'm going to address the poll I put on the community page. Is Viking Samurai a lifetime natural or is he not? So I'm going to share the results of that poll. I'm going to address some of these comments. I'm going to tell you what motivated me to even put the poll up. And then make sure to hang out until the end of the video because basically I'm going to share just raw, and I'm not even in the best shape I've been in right now over the last couple of months. I'm not bad. Like I've even eaten donuts yesterday, which I don't typically do. I don't even eat like one donut a month on average. But the diet's been okay. It's not been perfect, but I'm gonna show you raw, unpumped, bad lighting, everything, and just explain things further. This is what I look like every day, and oh, by the way, I am 100% natural for life. I do want to point that out. And there's a reason I point that out, which I will explain in this video. But anyway, please help support the channel. Like the video, subscribe, share the video, hit the bell notification icon or whatever so you know when I put out more videos. I'm trying to put out more content, trying to grow the channel. Hopefully one of these videos really takes off. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's 10 videos from now, but I could use your guys' help. But anyway, what motivated me to put that poll up was that I had put up a pull-up video, right? And there was like a comment. I forget what the guy said, but I commented something about like how I'm all natural and whatever. But anyway, some guy ended up emailing me, and he's so adamant. This is a private email, by the way, so I'm not going to share the name. I'll share a couple excerpts or what he said, basically. But he was so adamant that he used like full capital letters and exclamation points like "you are not natural" and "you're deceiving people" and "you shouldn't tell people you're natural if you're not." It's like, wait a minute. I think I know. This guy is like coming across like the authority. Like he knows more about my life than me. Like outside of me, I'd say my wife and my brother. Like they know, like, right? Because they've been around me, my brother for my whole life, but my wife for like 10, 12 years, whatever. Look, I don't give a shit if somebody uses that stuff, and I actually like that there's more transparency that these people give now, because I think that information should be out there, and that's why I'm putting my information out there. Like, I am proud to be a natural guy. Look, man, I lived and breathed bodybuilding. There's nothing more that I wanted to do in my life than be a professional bodybuilder. At 15, 16 years old, I thought, I was so naive. I thought Dorian Yates was natural, Mr. Olympia, right? But then when I found out, none of these guys were, when Muscle Media 2000, Bill Phillips kind of pulled the curtain back, and it's like, well, I don't really want to pursue it anymore. I don't want to live that life. I just don't. So I never did. But I'll tell you the benefit of being naive. At least I didn't set those mental limitations, which is kind of the point of this video. Guys, like, if you don't even think I'm natural, like, I'm okay. Like, I'll stick out in public. I'll stick out in the gym. But come on, man. If you don't even think this is achievable, then your expectations for yourself and what you can do in the gym naturally, you're just not going to get the physique that you can otherwise get because you put those mental limitations. So that's really the purpose of this video, man. It's not like, again, I don't really care if someone believes or not, and I'm not trying to prove I am. I'm just stating facts here. So anyway, that email did kind of bug me, not so much because the guy doesn't believe, but he's kind of insinuating that I'm being dishonest in treating, he even used this word, I'm being disrespectful and treating the audience like they're idiots or anybody who's, quote, in the know. Well, funny enough, he thinks he's in the know. I know what I've done over the last 28 years. Consistency, yes, 28 years, started seriously in 1994. Now it's 2022. So consistency and doing this shit, man, trust me, sometimes it's very frustrating, man. Anyone who's been training naturally always knows if you took this stuff that other people take, you're going to get better results. Like it's like throwing gasoline on a fire, and sometimes it feels like you're driving with the parking brake on, man. But at the end of the day, it is a lifestyle, and I've maintained this for 28 years, and I'll maintain it for the rest of my life. If I'm 50 or 60 and maybe my testosterone is low, maybe I'll consider TRT, and I'll chronicle that on the channel because I think it would be interesting. But right now, I also think I have something interesting to share as far as being a natural guy for 28 years and being that consistent. Like, I've gained some knowledge, and I can help people. Now, if there are certain people claiming they're natural and they're not, and they're trying to sell you a program, which I'm not trying to sell you guys a program or anything, even though I think I have enough knowledge where I could probably create one, but that's not what I'm doing. But if someone is going out of their way, like if they don't say they're natural, fine, and they just try to sell you a program, fine. But if they're saying they're natural and they try to sell you a program, well, see, that That's kind of what I have an issue with. But other than that, I don't really give a shit if somebody takes stuff or not. All right, but speaking of like testosterone and natural levels, make sure to check out my sponsor, Try LGC. Let's get checked /Viking Samurai. Use my discount code VS30, get 30% off. You can do all kinds of tests, including the testosterone test, which I've done and chronicled on the channel. I'm in good range. Check that out. If you're low, look for natural treatments first. But then, like as a last resort, maybe consider TRT or something. But anyway, you should get tested just to kind of see where you're at. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and address some of the comments that community post got. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the poll. We got, based on some comments my recent pull-up video received, you guys thing. I misspelled it. I meant do you guys think, not do you guys thing. I'm a lifetime natty or not. Check out the video here. 864 votes. 75% of you, yes, Viking Samurai is lifetime natty. That's cool. 75% of you. 25%, no, Viking Samurai is not natural and is lying. So, hey, at least 75% believe. But like I said, I don't want everybody to believe, man. If everybody believed, I'd probably look like David Hasselhoff from Baywatch or something, man. Which, he looks okay, but if anybody questions if that dude's natural, it's like, god damn, are your expectations in the gutter. But anyway, let's go over some of these comments. All right, George C. Personally, I think you're on gear, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that your results came from hard work in the gym and your diet. People could take whatever you're taking and not look anywhere near as good. Keep up the good work. So, yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, at the end of the day, regardless of if somebody's on stuff or not, it's hard work, it's consistency, it's diet, it's all that. And I do agree as far as, like, the party says that there are people that could take gear. It's like, that's not the end-all, be-all. Like, I've seen guys in the gym who you could tell are on stuff, man, because they got a lot of the bad side effects. And quite frankly, even though they're big, I think aesthetically they look like shit. And with me, I'm like, dude, if you're taking stuff, you better look better than me. Because if you don't know what you're doing. So get everything that you need to do done right, you know, like the diet, the nutrition, the training, the consistency. And then if you really want to skyrocket and take it to the next level, then maybe consider that stuff. See, the problem is I think a lot of these people will just get on shit thinking, you know, they could just do that and that's enough. Well, it's not. Anyway, this guy knows it's not enough. Rusty Shackleford, by the way, replied to George's comment. I wouldn't be surprised by TRT, etc., but his BMI, body mass index, is achievable naturally with good genes, a good diet, hard work. So I'm going to go by his word. Yeah, see, that's the thing. When you talk about the body mass index and there's like a natural, how much muscle can you build naturally calculator. And if I plug my stuff in, like, you know, my wrist is like 6 3/4 inches, but I think my ankle's like 9, height's 5'9", weight's about, you know, 185. Body fat, I'm like in that 10 to 11% range, and because I'm about the same levels when I took like a DEXA scan a year ago, you know. And my goal is to get down to that 8 to 10%, maybe 9, but right now I'm like in that 10 to 11%. Body weight, I think I said 185. And if I plug all that data in the calculator, it says I should be able to, you know, max steroid-free mass, because they got like a very like good level of steroid-free mass, but they have a maximum. Like even me, I should be able to get to, I think the calculator said like 193 or 195. So when I weighed myself at 185 in the morning, I'm like, okay, that's an empty stomach. You know, I'm closer to 190 as I get food and water in my system. But still, like, I can still gain weight from where I'm at. Like, I could still gain fat-free muscle, muscle in general. So, yeah, the BMI is actually in the natural limits. Molar Horizon. You have very impressive physique, and I'd show it to my father for motivation as he is the same age group. And your demeanor, mannerisms, and presentation lead you to be a believable person. So I trust when you say you're natural. There is also no striking signs that exhibit use of drugs, such as random symptoms seen by drug-using bodybuilders. So that is true. And, you know, some guys that take stuff probably don't even get those negative symptoms, you know. But the thing that I like how he points out, yeah, I am a believable person. Look, I'm going to give it to you straight. Like, I'm going to tell the truth. Now, a lot of people give me shit based on, like, guests I have because maybe they don't believe certain stories they say or tell or have. Look, man, I hope anyone I get on the channel is telling the truth, but I don't know for a fact if they are or not. Like, we could speculate, you know, and we could do research and we could come to, like, a conclusion of whether we think maybe they are, maybe they're not. at the end of the day, like, I know myself and I know I'm giving the truth with the stuff I talk about, and I'm passionate about this stuff. So, yeah, I mean, this guy gets it. He sees it. MTA 2009. Gear or not, doesn't change the fact you love what you do. Making videos, reaction videos. You are interviewing celebrities now. You have demos on kicking, stretching, and weightlifting. It's obvious you love bodybuilding. You have books about it on your shelves in the background. Yeah, I do have those. They're cool books. Your heroes are guys with muscles. Van Damme, Stallone, and Arnold all have been known to use steroids. Well, you know, Stallone and Arnold, Van Damme, like, I don't know. I think somebody told me he went on a video interview and said he did. I'm not sure if he actually, you know, went public about it or not. You look great. Keep it up. Whether you are on or not or doing TRT, it's between you and your doctor. What people think you're doing is your business. You have never promoted steroids or even supplements. Just do you, bro. The real ones can tell you got a good heart coming from a good place. Love of martial arts movies, action films, so it doesn't really matter. See, I mean, that I agree with. Like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, the fact that I pointed out is because it actually is something I'm proud of. It is something I find unique. Like, there's not a lot of guys who've been doing it this long, all natural, man. And, of course, there's temptations. I mean, they had pro hormones in the late 90s. You know, they had steroids. They got TRT. I mean... I don't run low, but I'm sure I could probably talk my doctor into prescribing it if I really wanted to. But, like, what's the point? Unless I abused it and try to get myself above normal levels, there's no point. And one reason why I don't want to take it is because, like, if you take that's it. You got to be on it the rest of your life. And I don't even need it right now because I got tested, you know, and my levels are very fine. So anyway, it's something I will discuss and chronicle on the channel if and when I ever need it. Hopefully I don't. I don't know, man. But... at the end of the day, like I said, I don't really give a shit if somebody else is on stuff. You know, I like the transparency. I like when these guys are being honest about it. If other people don't want to talk about it for various reasons, then, yeah, they shouldn't say they're natural. I agree. But that's one reason why I do say I'm natural, because I am proud of that. And, you know, another thing, like, I look at it as it might make sense for certain individuals. Like if you want to be a bodybuilder, then well, kind of you got to use what everybody else uses. You know, there's other reasons for people to do that too if they make a living in the fitness industry, which I don't. Now, just for the guy who likes to work out and stay in shape, it's a lifestyle. So for me, it just seems stupid to use something that takes away from your health. It's like the guys who are natural. Who've been doing it for decades like me, like, you keep what you get for life. I've seen guys when I was in my 20s and 30s who were 50 who looked amazing, and I had no reason to doubt that they were natural because I knew they built that shit when they were 20, 30, 40, you know, and they just maintained it the whole time. Anyway. Yeah, see, this guy gets it. The Wolverine. I've known a few natural bodybuilders in my lifetime, and it takes a little longer and a bit more dedication to a healthy diet, but it's definitely possible to get a more muscular, lean physique without the use of performance enhancers, test, HGH, or steroids. Don't sweat the haters, bro. See, this guy gets it. Like, yes, it does take longer, man, but you do learn how to do everything right because you kind of have to. Like, you don't have any other choice. I mean, let's be honest, man. Being natural, you're just not going to get great results unless you really know what you're doing and you have the consistency. So, you know, with some of that other stuff that he mentioned, you don't have to do everything quite right, man, because that stuff could kind of more than make up for it. Radiation Princess. Many people that never truly commit to health and fitness like to point fingers and claim steroids. Good genetics, diet, and consistent gym life can make you look amazing. More people should be honest about their lack of commitment instead of screaming steroids. Amen. And I'll tell you, there was like a work meeting I had. You know, one guy in the meeting, fat guy, other guy, scrawny guy. And they were, like, jealous of me, man, because they would literally try to, like, insinuate I was taking shit and make jokes and even, like, do stuff like this, you know, like, kind of mocking I'm injecting myself. And I'll tell you what, I went off on them in the work meeting one day because it pissed me off. For one, like I mentioned, I don't really care if somebody takes that stuff, but yes, there is a stigma and a negative association that I even have with that, and I don't want to be associated with it. So with them trying to, like, implicate me in front of my freaking manager and coworkers, it's like, that's not me. I've never done a drug in my life, you know, so I went off on them. And I'll tell you one thing, those guys wouldn't survive a week working out the way I do. If they wanted to come to the gym for me for 1 week and work out the way I do and eat the way I do, they wouldn't survive. But if they did, I'll say, now do this shit for the next 2 or 3 years and you will fucking see what it takes. And then you won't and you'll look amazing too, by the way. They look amazing. They look a lot more like me than they fucking look like themselves. but they would appreciate, and they would see how insulting it is to just insinuate, like, I could be that fat ass, oh, I'm injecting stuff, then I'll look like this. Or I could be the skin guy, oh, I'm injecting stuff, then I look like this. It's like, no, I am not watching fucking Netflix for 3 hours. I'm in the gym for 3 fucking hours a night, man, and I'm eating good. Aside from, like I mentioned, those donuts yesterday morning, but for the most part, dude, like, and that's always been the thing. It's like the ultimate backhanded compliment when somebody insinuates you're on that stuff when you're natural, because yeah, you want to look like, or at least closer to that certain look where people question, you got a certain level of muscle, a certain level of leanness, certain level of vascularity where it's impressive and people could question. But on the other hand of the token, it's like guys like that just like, oh, well, I'd look like that too if I took shit. It's like, well, no, you fucking wouldn't. Matthew Horsler, you look like a dude on gear, which for a natty is a compliment. It's funny, I could have said that. And then he says, I'm going to say you're 100% natural. You are one dedicated, hardworking dude. Thanks for inspiring, bro. Yeah, see, this guy totally gets it, man. Totally gets it. Drone Adventures. I haven't heard you say you had not taken anything. You spoke about testing your testosterone, which I did, and like me, I assume you started treatment. Oh, so this guy's on TRT. Judging by the fact that you're ripped and bulking up, I think you're on a test program. No, this is all natural, man. Like, never use that stuff. Don't want anything to do with it. Like I said, as I get older, if my tests start coming low and I want to be back to normal, then that is the only time when I would actually start. Like I said, I'll chronicle on the channel, but it'll be monitored. Like, I'll get prescribed by the doctor, get all that work done. So it's going to be done in a legal, healthy way if I ever do it. MJSUP1. I think you're probably natural and you're really not that big, just fit and have some pretty good genetics. So, yeah, it's the hard work, it's the genetics, it's the consistency. But see, at least his perception is like, yeah, I'm not that big, dude. I'm not even like 200 pounds, honestly. So, where people like would question it is, and I've been up to like 245 before, by the way, not nearly as lean. So, getting size is one thing. It's really the combination of being pretty lean with the size. See, that's what's hard, because a lot of guys will bulk up and then they'll lose too much size as they try to cut up. Or they'll get really ripped, which I've been really ripped before, but then you start losing that size. So it's the combination of having the size, enough size, and enough leanness, and also like some vascularity and stuff. And that's when people start questioning, because you see a lot of big guys or you see a lot of ripped guys. You don't really see that guy who's got, pretty decent size and leanness combined. See, that's when people start questioning. This guy, Movement Elements, roided up to the bone, son. And then he's laughing. I think that guy's just trolling. Like, I doubt he actually believes it. I mean, maybe he does. I doubt it, though. Oh, and then maybe another guy who's trolling, Ian. Bro, I didn't even know you lifted. I mean, maybe his, bar that he sets is so high that people like me don't even look like they work out. So I don't know if he's trolling or I don't know if he's actually being honest. But either way, man, it's kind of funny. This guy, AJD Old School Channel Archive. Natty, but very impressive. Oh, that's a good compliment. Thanks, man. This guy, I'm no doctor yet. I'm surprised how many of you think David is unnatural. I'm also half Asian, and people think I'm on steroids because they think my physique looks unnatural. Like, I've never seen an Asian that big, they'll tell them so. The interesting thing is that Asian bodybuilders are very impressive because we have like, well, I'm only half Asian, like this dude, but in general, Asians will have like smaller joints. So almost like Flex Wheeler, those smaller joints. So when you got muscles that it really, bodybuilding's like an illusion, right? So if you got like the same size arm, but you have smaller joints, then your muscles are actually going to look fuller and bigger. So you got to remember, it's an illusion. Damian Grajita, can you post your workout routine or a bodybuilding routine you suggest for someone who is new to the gym and wants to burn fat and build muscle? I'm going to do more fitness-related content. Now, obviously, the channel is still going to mainly be like that 80s, 90s action martial art movie thing. Sometimes I'll just go into martial art-related things or, fitness-related things. But at its core, it's like making the 80s and 90s great again. But I'm just going to... I do want to expand. I feel like this stuff is all like interrelated anyway, right? I mean, come on. When we talk about Van Damme and Stallone, it's like bodybuilding, fitness, and especially with Van Damme, like the martial arts are all part of that world, and that made me who I am. and I want to share that, you know. So anyway, like when we were all growing up, we all wanted to move like that and look like that, and you know, even at middle age, like I could still perform like that. So yeah, for like this guy wanting more of a beginner routine or more like intermediate or advanced stuff, I do want to like start sharing more of that in general, like on the channel, but it's not going to be the main focus. This guy, Sulong Lee Jun. The only authority is more plates, more dates. You guys need to ask him. You know, I replied, I said, he or Greg Doucette. I'd love them to do a natty or not. You know what? And I bet you Greg would probably say I'm natty. The more plates, more dates guy, like, I don't know. He seems to think nobody's natty, right? So that would be cool though. But you know, like I'm such a small fish in the YouTube and the social media world, just such a tiny minnow that they're probably not going to waste their time doing one of those videos unless, you know, this channel blows up more. So guys, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Though speaking of Greg Doucette, he does know who I am because we had some beef with this whole like Sylvester Stallone fake plates challenge, and we had a little back and forth, you know. And then all of his army of Doucetters really came and trashed the hell out of me, man. But anyway, that was like last year. Oh, here's one last one. Red Shucks. This dude's a beast, by the way, man. He's got a YouTube channel, Instagram. Go ahead and check that out, man. He moves massive weight. I don't think that guy's natural, and I think he openly talks about it, you know. There's no shame in that. I mean, I'm just glad he's transparent. But he said, well, there's only one way to prove it. That's year-round blood work. If you're not willing to do it, then just don't claim anything. Let people be smart or let people be stupid. Well, you know, like the thing is, I'm proud, and that's how I identify, and that's one reason, like, I even promote, because I promote the natural lifestyle, the healthy lifestyle. Like, for me, it's all about health first, looks second, you know. So anyway, that's one reason I'm natural. But he said, personally, you're a martial artist and an older man. Why wouldn't you look for any possible advantages to winning? So just in general, like, you know, I could see why people cheat if they're competing in something. Now, if there's a couple different ways to look at like winning. Like you could just say winning in life. Like for me, staying natural and being able to perform the way I do and look the way I do by being natural, to me, that is the ultimate winning, man. Because just the fact that people do question me. And look, I'm not going to lie, man. Like when sometimes in the gym, when I'm all pumped up doing exercises and I see myself in the mirror, you know, I'll be like, I could see why people might not think I'm natural. Like I'll point that out. Like I'm not like naive to this stuff, and I'm just comparing myself to everybody else in the gym, man. And it's just like, I could see why people might think that. But the fact of the matter is, I feel like I am winning because I can do this stuff naturally. And that's one reason, just another of many reasons why I'm natural, because I feel like I'm kind of content. Like who's fully ever truly happy? I'm content enough and proud. I'm like, yeah, okay, like I look like I work out. I'm performing well, and I can do it natural. Shit, I'm just gonna be happy and stay natural and be proud of the achievements I've done so far. Okay, so like the next segment is something I recorded a little earlier, like this morning. This is just me raw, you know, whatever, shitty lighting, no pump, just what I look like normal, and I'll explain a few other things. But this is basically a realistic expectation. Again, like this isn't something you're gonna do in like 3 months. It's a lifestyle, but it's something you can build up to and you can maintain it. And I think that's fair to share. All right, guys. So this is basically just me getting up in the morning. This is no pump. This is no crazy diet. This is a pretty clean diet overall, but a very livable, enjoyable diet. A lot of training now. You know, this isn't me working out for, you know, 30 minutes 3 times a week. I'm working out for hours a day, 5 days a week. And, you know, these are just realistic expectations that, you know, you could get pretty good muscle mass. You could get pretty good definition, or at least maintain it as you get older, being completely natural. So this is just a prime example. And I'm proud to be a natural. That I identify with, you know, as a martial artist, as a fitness guy, and on top of being a fitness guy, an all-natural guy. And I'm proud of that. And that's how I lived my life for basically 28 years. I just want to, like, kind of point out the reason why I make a lot of the videos, like, you know, how Stallone built his best body in Rocky 4, and is JCVD natty or not. I do those videos, if you really listen to them, it's not so much about did those guys actually remain completely natural. It's more so, can you build that body naturally? And I believe you can. And I'm trying to change the perception because everybody is so damn jaded with and they have limited expectations in their mind, and just because of those limitations they're never going to be able to build like a great looking physique. So you got to get that out of your head. Like, the point of those videos is not so much if they did it, which I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but the point is, can somebody do that? And yes, that can be done, and we got to change our perceptions. But anyway, I'll use myself as an example. I've been doing it for 28 years, 100% natural. Going to be 42 later this month, and I'm not looking back. I'm not pumped up. This lighting's even shitty. This is just how I look all the time by being a natural guy, but by being consistent. That is key.